What's a profession you'd never date? Nurses. Why? They have like a 60% cheating rate or whatever. Can I ask what your profession is? Not that I'm agreeing with this dude. I don't know where his logic is here, but what would what they do for a living have anything to do with anything? Oh, I'm just curious. Professional Redditor. Oh, wait. Guess I'm out. Me too. Sigh. OF/Instagram model. Firemen. They're so hot though. What's your reasoning? Doing abortions. I like that one. Gotta be OnlyFans. Valid AF. I'll start. The last person I dated is an engineer, and I feel like it was a major part of his personality. Like he said once, engineers don't think like that. And it was something about basic emotions or empathy. I don't know if I'd date another engineer. It put me off. I'm curious to know if this is a common thought. Engineer here. I have found that there are indeed many ways my brain works that are different from how my wife's does. But that's usually a good thing, TM, like solving a problem differently. That being said, given that engineering tends to require highly detailed-oriented minds, I imagine that this field can attract a disproportionate number of neurodivergent, as the kids say these days, folks. Geologists, never again. Oh my god, why? They rock too hard. JK, lol, geologists are cool. I just wanted to make a joke. Lol, I'm a geologist. I love this. Annuity salesman. Often they wear a cloak that implies financial advisor. OnlyFans. 100%. What's wrong with selling fans? Your target market is gone in the winter. My fan is on all year long. Healthcare CEO. Second place, McDonald's employee. Could snitch you out to the feds. LMAO. Influencer. I don't want to have to film you eating every meal, going on every trip, etc., or put up with all those fake scripted skits and pranks. What if you're an influencer, but you got a life outside of that and don't sell out or do fake shit? Don't get me wrong, most influencers do this. Out of curiosity, why are people whom are in medicine a turnoff, specifically paramedics and nurses? Is it because of the unpredictable and late hours they work? Unpredictable schedules, long hours, often working holidays and weekends. They also may experience compassion fatigue, so when you vent to them about your problems, their response, "But did you die?" Long. Also, there's a lot of work-wife-husband situations, so there's the infidelity issue, emotional and/or physical cheating. Damn, I'm a nurse and have gotten a lot of shit about my job. Not everyone succumbs to all of the drama, fortunately. It's the handful of bad ones that ruin it for the rest of us. People are watching too much Grey's Anatomy. LOL, this was my first thought. We don't even have time to pee or eat sometimes. I don't know where people have the time to have sex or flirt. Likely the ones whose job gets done by the teammates, the slackers that doesn't come to do work. Need to watch more Scrubs, Sma. Yeah, I agree. As the daughter and niece of 2 nurses, I'm proud of them and they're not at all attracted to drama. I'm glad they stay out of it too. Cop, Google 40% police. Prostitute, chiropractor, future reader, acupuncture, priest. Police for sure. Don't need that kind of stress and drama in my life, lol. What stress? Maybe it depends where someone is a police officer, I guess. Sure it does, and in my city, I'd worry about his safety a lot. I'm a worrier on normal days. It'd drive me crazy. Also, police officers are known to bring their work home, meaning that the stress from the job, the things they deal with, and emotional burdens impact their relationships at home, etc. Police officers have more divorces than any other job. I can certainly see why. Also, a lot of trauma, I'm sure, which affects behavior and relationships. Stripper or drug dealer? Fuck, better stop selling meth, I guess. Does a pharmacist count? Meth-selling pharmacist? As someone whose closest cousin died of an overdose, I can't stand when pharmacists on dating apps refer to themselves as legal drug dealers. I'm a nurse. When I tell guys I'm a nurse, their number one response is, "Do you have the uniform?" I don't think it's a red flag for these guys. Nurses are hot, ICL. I usually send them a random pic of some nurse in a hazmat suit, lol. My disappointment would be immeasurable and my day would be ruined. Ha ha ha. Long-haul trucker driver. They're gone so much that you'll become accustomed to running your household solo. Then when they're home, aside from the reunion fun, you'll get frustrated at them trying to be too involved in things that you're used to handling alone. Also, there's the lot lizard thing, or the lover at every town thing. This coming from a truck driver, FYI. I'm a local driver, home nightly, and also female. I read the title and immediately thought police and military. Outside of the obvious red flag jobs related to crime, sex work, you do you, but for many it'd be hard to date a sex worker, etc. Lawyer, they have very little free time, they are constantly stressed, pretty much no vacation, often have a lot of debt. Any job vary heavily in new agey, alternative medicine, and therapy. Some of that stuff is actually really helpful in small doses, but sometimes the hippie shit is too much. Not having a job is the only red flag for me. I don't care where you work. Literally same, or lacking the drive to improve or work up a professional ladder. Used to be truckers, on the road all the time and being tempted by the truck stop hose. I work in corrections. The amount of cheating I see between coworkers is unreal. Police, nurses, male, pilots, firefighters, and lawyers. Military. Statistically, most military couples get divorced even at a higher rate than the average couple in the US. And despite them losing their benefits and pensions, people still do it. Sex worker. I respect them and their work, but I don't think I would like seeing my girlfriend being gangbanged and pretending to enjoy it, or worse, actually enjoying it. Chef. They have an insanely high rate of divorce and even higher rates of dissatisfaction in relationships. They work almost every holiday, have long hours, pay is only mediocre, rarely have health insurance, and it's a very stressful job physically and mentally. The hours suck if you have kids or your partner works 9 to 5. Most chefs are also particular, obsessive, and compulsive, which makes them really hard to live with. They'll also be exhausted after work. They won't want to cook, but sure as hell will complain that they can cook better than anything they can buy. Lone Herd, a divorce lawyer with over 25 years of experience, lists the 4 professions women should never date. 1. Commercial pilot. 2. Surgeon. 3. Police officer. 4. Firefighter. Her explanation was that these were professions where people's safety and well-being is in the palm of their hand, and as such, they develop an unhealthy God complex. Like the heart surgeon gets home and says, "I just saved a person's life, and you want me to take out the trash?" I work for an airline. Some of our pilots are multiple family men, if you catch my drift. Years ago, at one of my first jobs, I worked with a middle-aged woman who was married to an international pilot. She was stunning. Definitely had the old money blonde bombshell thing going for her. Always looked a 10, was meticulous about everything down to a stray hair. I found her crying all the time because she caught her pilot husband cheating again. She would bust him, he would love bomb her with affection and gifts, then boom, wash and repeat until she was hysterical again. I'll never forget her telling my 17, 18-year-old self not to date pilots. She said they almost all cheat. This is crazy. I dated a studying pilot for well over a year. We were together all the time, public dates, etc. He would do short trips to get practice in. My intuition started to tell me something, so one weekend when he told me he was doing a flight, I found his Twitter account and saw that he had gotten married to his longtime girlfriend who went to school out of state. Fuck that. Fucking pile of dog shit. I like your style. No, it was his girlfriend. OMG, you need to finish this. What happened next? Did you confront him? That's so sad for both of you. I'm sorry. Thank God you were the girlfriend and not the one he married. You had a lucky escape. My friend dated a pilot when she was a flight attendant. Things almost got serious until she found out he had a wife and kid in a different country. I feel like it cannot be true that all or most pilots cheat though. Probably was just anecdotal bias. It can't be biased if it's actually true and happens clearly a lot. Even ignoring the ethics of this, I'll never understand how people can pull this off. I don't even have one family and I still have no time and energy. Sounds expensive too. Are you going to be contributing to the finances of multiple families off your one airline pilot salary? I think they can make pretty decent money, but not a support 3 separate families level of income. The trick is to get supported instead of doing the supporting. Pilot salaries scale incredibly well. They go 100K into debt for flight school and spend the first 5 or so years of their career making minimum wage. The super senior wide-body captains at Delta and United can easily clear $600,000 plus. No, this is a very fabricated story. Unless these women are from third world countries and have no access to his bank account, it's not possible. My dad was a cop, multiple divorces. All his cop buddies were divorced too. I've heard stories from multiple women that they were being abused by their cop husband or boyfriend, and when they reported it, not only did the other cops not do anything about it, they started harassing the woman constantly, pulling them over for no reason, knocking on the door at 3 a.m., waiting for them at their workplace, etc. And you can't even run because these cops have resources to find your new address. Never date a cop. I'm convinced that the only reason my parents have been married for 35 plus years is because my dad hating being a cop. Our family was the normal and his healthy refuge. By the time he retired, only he and one other officer from his original starting class were still married to their original spouse. Those are the cops that got in for the right reasons and stuck to them and avoided the blue line crap that plagues policing in the US. Married to a commercial airline pilot. I'm absolutely positive he's faithful. Okay, like 98% positive because you never know. And I wouldn't say he has an unhealthy God complex, but damn if it isn't lonely and overwhelming when he's gone on a troop for a few days and I'm solo parenting. My husband and I are discussing this right now. I want a kid, but he wants to go wide body and I just don't want that semi-single mom life. I'd rather just forego it altogether. I just went to brunch with my friend and her toddler daughter yesterday. Her husband flies wide-body international and will be gone 20 days this month. They literally had to fly his mom in for childcare when daycare was closed. They bought her a ticket and everything. It made no sense to me. My dad was a firefighter, USFS, not City FD. Not sure if that makes a difference. And my parents were married 40 years until his passing, so I guess that one's not a solid rule. He never had that kind of a complex about it, though. Fighting fires was just what he did. Wildfire is a different beast. CAL FIRE employees don't seem to have the same problems as LA Fire.